We're on day 5 of 2026, only 5 days into the new year, and I am told that the real estate market is frozen, that the residential real estate market is locked, it's frozen, and it's in remarkably critical condition. This is because the 2025 home sales turnover rate was 2.8%. In other words, only 2.8% of U.S. homes changed hands in 2025. Therefore, we're told that the market is frozen and there's an extreme crisis. Now, as is typical, if we look at some perspective, if we look at some additional information, if we're curious and ask a few questions, we learn that 2.8% is not critically low, and that for decades, the turnover rate was somewhere around 4%. So in 2021, the U.S. home sale turnover rate spiked at 4.4%. Now, since that time, it has gone lower, and in 2024, the U.S. home sale turnover rate was 2.5%. So honestly, in 2025, if the U.S. home sales turnover rate is 2.8%, that actually shows an increase from 2024 of only 2.5%. Why is there a low turnover rate with U.S. homes? Well, one thing that I think is news to some people is that 40% of U.S. homes are owned outright, free and clear, with no mortgage. None at all. And then of the homes with a mortgage, 70% of those homes have a mortgage interest rate of 5% or less. 70% of the homes with mortgages are currently sitting at interest rates of less than 5%. So when a seller says, I have no urgency to sell, I have no financial need to sell, I am not in any kind of a crisis, they're telling the truth. Home sellers are in excellent positions, many of them with no mortgages. Those that have mortgages have very low payments, and most have excellent equity based upon the run-up on appreciation during the pandemic years. And then there's also this narrative with buyers and buyer agents that says that the prices are inflated and are about to come crashing down. Now, I just explained why this is very unlikely, with 40% of homes not even having a mortgage, and of the ones that have a mortgage, those payments are incredibly affordable. And so what we're seeing is offers that come in at, say, 80%, 85% of the current list price. Now, sellers are typically very uninterested in these offers. And when they ask me what's going on, I have to explain, well, there's a narrative among buyer agents and buyers that says that these homes are inflated in pricing, and that, now's the time to reach for a house that is higher than you can afford, or try to get the prices down. Or what I do see is when a seller applies a strategy that says, okay, we've had a minimum of 10 showings, we've been on the market at least 60 days, and we've not gone under contract, then it's time for a price correction. It's time to change our strategy and respond to the market. And so when there is a reasonable price reduction from that initial list price, I am finding we get offers at a good percentage of the new list price, and we go under contract and we close, and it's a win-win for buyers and sellers. Are we frozen? I don't think so. Is it a challenging time for both buyers and sellers in this market? Yes, it is. At the McWilliams Group, we feel like buyers and sellers can be safe and confident buying and selling real estate in this market with trusted advice and careful guidance. If you have any questions, please reach out to me today. Thank you.